Hey, welcome to the Open Mic Broadcast Network and this week's episode. Of course, it is our mission to make sure that we get you some news you can use and try to keep you informed from A to Z throughout the world of the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Of course, I am the radio guy with the Open Mic Broadcast Network, as we are so proud to present to you on a weekly basis the Zone. And man, we got a lot to go over on today. We're going to hear from the Prairie, A&M University Panthers defensive coordinator, Alvin "The Rock" Fosselman. We'll break down some of the new additions of the 2023 PV Panther defense and some of the great expectations that are coming from the Hill. So we are going to jump into that as we start this week's edition of The Zone right here from the Open Mic Broadcast Network, Prairie View, Texas.
And welcome back to the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. As you know, we're getting close to that fall kickoff, and I have one of the secret agents for the Prairie View A&M University Panthers handling things on the defensive side. That is none other than Alvin "The Rock" Fosselman. How you doing, Coach?
How you doing, man? I'm doing well. Preparing for this season, man.
Yes, sir. Look, it seems like it's been a long, long time since we last talked. I know it's right after spring ball, but there's been a lot of updates we need to get caught up on, man. And even though there was a new look already coming, but it's an even newer look now with some of the latest additions. So I'm going to get out of the way and let you bring us up to speed.
Yeah, well, it was a point of emphasis going into the 2023 season, man, that we go out and, we get some D linemen up in here, man, to increase our size, man, increase our strength. We were able to go out there and, get some of these guys that we need. So coming into the fall, we're going to look real differently up front as far as, a mixture of size, strength, speed with those guys, with those big guys up front. And then we also attacked the defensive backfield as well, and we were able to add some corners as well as a few safeties to the mix. Knowing that we had a veteran group of linebackers that were coming back and a veteran group of nickels, I think the defensive line and defensive backfield is what we needed to address, and we were able to go out and get that done.
Okay, I know the last time we spoke, you were looking more of possibly being able to play some man-on-man with the additions you have. Is that something that you can see being a part of your repertoire?
Oh, most definitely. I mean, that was the whole point after, we talked in the spring. We wanted to get some guys up here that can, turn and run with some people, man. And, we were able to go out there and get that. So, we bring in pressures, we bring in blitzes with these linebackers, man. We're going to have to be able to lock it up on the outside. So, it looks promising. It looks real promising.
Okay, now, I know you guys like to hold things to the vest, especially when it comes to your depth chart, but can you at least give us a hint or two of a couple of additions that we have added?
Yeah, well, we've landed a defensive end, Louisiana Tech transfer, and Stephen Shaw, who we, expect to do some big things for us. We've also added a few big guys in the inside, one being Prairie, transfer from Villanova as well. Just thinking about those two guys, they both average about 6'4". So those were the kind of additions that we were able to go out there and get.
Okay. Now, when we talk about that, and we know what we're up against with the NIL deals and this transfer portal, was it a convincing sale? Obviously, it was a convincing sale, but was it a hard sale to get these guys to come and be a part of it?
Well, we always say as a staff, man, we're going to always get the guys that belong here. If you're a recruit, man, and you step foot on our campus and you see the facilities and the things that we have to offer, the coaching staff, the field, all of those things, man, we're different. So we let our place sell itself. I mean, we think this is one of the better places in the conference to be a part of.
Okay. Well, that is great, man. Exciting. And Coach, refresh me and the listeners. You saying you want to go with a 4-man down lineman set this year, right?
Yeah. That will be our base. We'll base it out of 4-2-5. If we get into anything else, it'll be something that we'll have to do that we feel that is special, depending on the team. But our base is, man, we're gonna line down with 4. And we're gonna get after it.
Okay, now I'm going to have you to fill in the blank, Coach, and we're going to go D-line, linebacker, DB. And it's going to be where you can highlight 3 of your young men. My D-line will be on point if such and such does his thing.
Oh, man, if Shaw comes in here, man, and give us the versatility that he has at the defensive end spot, getting off the football, being an aggressive pass rusher, I think that will be really, really great for us.
Okay. My linebackers will be all right if such and such does his thing.
Well, this is a very interesting position here because this is a veteran group that we have. I mean, some of these guys have been with me for about 3 years now, if not more. So we're going to highlight Keyshawn Johnson, starting Mike linebacker. I mean, a guy that is, really explosive, man, can really get after the ball carrier. He packs a punch. He plays more of our true Mike role. And then we'll go to the next guy, which is Travion Green. Travion been here pretty much since we've been here, man. He's our speed guy. He's able to rush the edge. He's able to play his coverage. I mean, he can even he has the ability to even play some nickel the DB role. And the last guy that I like to mention is Warren Schenkel. I like to call him our Mr. Consistent guy. We plug him in there, man. He makes plays for us. He shows up. He's a guy that gets out there and knows what to do and get everybody lined up and we play.
Okay. Now, I'm not going to separate the corners from the safety, so I'll just say my defensive backs will be on point if such and such does his thing.
For me, I think our safeties, man, I'll highlight 2 guys, Bryce Turner and Tariq Mulmore. I mean, again, guys that have been around the program for a while now, directing the back end back there, man. If those guys can, get us in the right situation, get us in the right calls, make sure we're communicating back there. If those guys can do that, man, back there at the safety spot, I think it'll just make us that much better in our coverage roles.
Okay, now it sounds like from what I'm listening, and I like that being an old linebacker myself, but you're going to really be depending on your linebackers this season, man, to see this defense through.
Oh, yes, no doubt. I mean, like I say, guys they've been around the program. They know me. They know what I expect. They know that the fire that, we want to bring to this defense. And then at the end of the day, those guys are some exceptional football players as well. So I'm really depending on that group as, being the veteran group to really get it done for us.
Okay, now we always have that hidden gem. And we're going to limit this one to 1.
Okay.
Who is going to shock the conference on your defensive side that might be what we call under the radar right now?
Okay, well, I will highlight this kid named DeJuan Lewis. He played last year, but he was a true freshman, man. He started, pretty much forward as a true freshman. This kid has some ability back there, and we're gonna get a chance to play him at the nickel spot, as well as some of the free safety spot as well. He has some ability to really get some things done back there. Coming into his second year, his sophomore year, I'm expecting big things out of him.
Well, if you're talking about playing him at the nickel or free safety, he must can bring the wood.
Yes, sir. He packs a punch, man. He's physical, at the point of attack. But then he also has the ability where we can put him back there at the back end, and man, he's a ball hawk. He's aggressive to the football, so he's a defensive back that we could do a lot of different things with, being a young guy.
Okay. Now, with the man, Coach, if I'm not reading too far in between lines, you might be mixing up a lot of exotic blitz type this season from the way it sounds.
Well, I just say that we plan on getting after. We plan on getting that. I say it like that.
Yes, sir. Well, look, as they say, go get them, brother. Go get them, go get them, and go get them all, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, with your guys that are coming in from Villanova and La Tech, and I know everything will really hit the ground running start August the 3rd. October 3rd, we need to be somewhere around 5-0, 6-0 around there, right? But on August the 3rd, how has the chemistry been working? Because we know just as well as you need to gel on the field, you got to gel off the field as well.
Man, that's a funny question because I just got with the staff this morning about that, man. We want to be able to create an environment for our guys to gel, to capture that chemistry. You do different things to bring those guys together. Just let them know, man, this is what we trying to do. This is what we trying to get into, and reiterate to those guys that this is a brotherhood thing that we're trying to create on the defense side of the ball. So that's a good question there.
Well, Coach, I won't tell nobody if you don't tell nobody. But them offensive guys, yeah, they're the fancy ones. They the pretty boys, and they cute. But they can't lift up the championship without a solid defense.
And you know what? That's what we trying to do. We trying to, because I will say this, and I know this, you didn't ask, but we feel like we have a really good offense, man. A lot of guys that are coming back. But I feel as the defense on the defense side of the ball, if we do what we're supposed to do and take care of business, we will help our offense out even that much more. And at the end of the day, we already know defense is going to win championships.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Look, all I want to emphasize, Coach, if you're not scoring on the defensive side, create as many short field opportunities as you can.
Yes, no doubt.
Well, look, man, I'm looking forward to this fall. I'm looking forward to our weekly conversation. If you're still up to that, man, that we can be breaking down these X's and O's from the defensive side and keep things moving forward. I want to give you an opportunity to have some closing thoughts and comments. And so I want to see if what you got to say for us, man, as we wrap this up.
Yeah, man, we just continue to build this thing on defense. As we stated early in the spring, we want to stay committed to building the star. Okay, we want to be smart, we want to be tough, we want to be accountable, and we want to be relentless. Going into the 2023 season, all our Panther fans out there, come out and support our guys, get behind our guys. I think we're going to put a great brand of football out there on the football field, and we'd like to win some games, man, and get a championship out of this.
Yes, sir. Let's go and do it, brother. As they say, who you rooting for? PVU. He is the Rock, Coach Fosselman of the Prairie A&M University Panthers, getting ready for this Labor Day Classic of September the 2nd. It'll be the 38th meeting at this Labor Day Classic. And I don't want to put no pressure on you, Coach, but I'm going to do it anyway. It's 8 in a row, baby. 8 in a row. 8 in a row. Did I mention it was 8 in a row, Coach?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
okay, I'm just saying. I think 9 come after 8, right?
Yes, sir.
So, okay, and without skipping, so we're gonna go. Hey, I don't want to win 8 out of 9 or 9 out of 10. I want 8 or 9 in a row. So that's what I'm looking for. Well, look, Coach, we're looking forward to it. Be safe, my friend, and we'll be talking to you real soon, okay?
Okay, thank you, man. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Coach Fosselman of the Prairie A&M University Panthers. We're going to pause real quickly for the calls, and we'll be back with more of the Mike Prince Show here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
The birth of legends are storied in this conference. We must never forget our rich history. We now turn our gaze to the future. The new legends will emerge. New heroes to arise. The Southwestern Athletic Conference. Be our history.
You're looking to expand your business or services? Let the Open Mic Broadcast Network help lead the way. With our customized campaigns, we are definitely able to reach your target audience. For more information, dial 832-213-8824. The Open Mic Broadcast Network, serving the community through faith and athletics. The voice of student athletics. And welcome back to the show. The radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince, here from the Open Mic Broadcast Network, reminding you guys that we do have a 24-hour answering service that you can leave questions, thoughts, comments, or concerns. That phone number is 720-721-1558. You can dial that number. As we mentioned, it's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, unless we have a leap year. So check it out, 720-721-1558. Well, we want to thank Coach The Rock Fosselman for giving us some time to get to know the PV defense a little bit better. Of course, we are coming up on the SWAC Media Day from Birmingham, Alabama, and we're going to have here for your listening enjoyment offensive coordinator Mark Frederick, and of course the head man himself, Coach Bubba McDowell. But that'll be leading all the way up to the SWAC Media Day. We have some other coaches in line to have on for you, man. It should be a very, very strong week as we get ready for this football season. And speaking of a strong week, this past week had to be one of the most, let's say, entertaining, mystical, and we'll round it off with puzzling current events. And we're talking about the word getting out of the potential return of Ashley Robertson as athletic director from Jackson State. Now, of course, Prairie View was in the market for a athletic director to fill the void that has been there for quite some time. And this broke out this past week about Ashley being allegedly contacted by Prairie View and the possibilities of him coming back. And of course, it's got PV Nation buzzing. Depending on who you're listening to, they're for it, some are against it, some are just saying whatever, just get somebody in the vacancy. But as we went out throughout the course of the week, it starts to make more sense of Ashley not returning than he actually coming back, and we're going to try to explain why. One of the top reasons that Ashley Robertson would not be returning, he just signed an extension with Jackson State, and if I'm not mistaken, it's through the 2026 season. Now, when I say season, we're using the football calendar as a mark. Now, we do know and understand that contracts are written to be renegotiated in most cases, and it might be a buyout clause. I'm not real sure about that, but the buyout clause would not be an extraordinary amount of money. But you still have that factor. Mr. Robertson just signed an extension with Jackson State, so it wouldn't make sense for him to return back to Prairie View when you have what you have at Jackson State. Another notable factor would be Ashley Robertson is on record for saying that he is now at his dream job, and that is being at Jackson State. He had an article I guess about 4 or 5 years ago now, where he had always had ambitions to be a student athlete at Jackson State, but he ended up going to Mississippi Valley due to circumstances. Had a very successful career at Mississippi Valley. But when the opportunity presented itself for him to return to Jackson, it was a very eventful moment for Mr. Robertson to return. He said, hey, he's at his dream job, and you couldn't ask for a better scenario. The first couple of seasons were somewhat of a struggle. Then the hire of Deion Sanders and everything was that Midas touch, and things took off. And let us also add another notable fact. He just received Black African American Athletic Director of the Year with the success that he's had at Jackson State. Now, depending on who you ask, some are going to say that most of that success really came from Deion, but if he was the man at the big seat that brought Deion to the fold, then you're going to have to somewhat give some acknowledgement toward that move. But you got all these things that are lining up, which is another factor, as I'm saying, of why he would not be returning to Prairie View. Another factor that we have to weigh in during that same interview that Mr. Robinson was in talking about his landing his dream job. He also made reference that when he would come to Prairie View from Mississippi Valley, that all Prairie View had going in his favor was 40 acres, 5 basketballs, and a trailer, which was an indication that he built PV Nation. Then once he built it, he left, which is not absolutely truth in that. Now, of course, he was the man that signed off on the process being complete with the new facilities and this, that, and the other. But if the truth be told, and we've had documents on this on other shows, if we want to really give credit to whom credit was due, you have to start with Dr. Charles McClellan, who, while as athletic director at Prairie View, started the vision. Fred Washington carried out the vision, and then Ashley signed off on the vision. If we're going to really break this down in a dissective and a concept that really is truthful. But that's neither here nor there. So you have all these things, and why would you want to return back if you're at your dream job, things are rolling well for you, and there's no logical reason for you to want to return back to Prairie View? So the final piece to this mystery puzzle could be, as we mentioned on our Friday show of the Mike Prince Show, which can be aired and listening for you on each and every day, Monday through Friday, is that maybe, just maybe, this was put in the atmosphere to help boost the revenue for Ashley Robinson while at Jackson State, because we know how rare it is to find the right leadership to get your programs from A to B, and this is an opportunity to pad some of the dollars and cents that will help continue the legacy of Ashley Robinson while at Jackson State. And it's nothing illegal about it. It's a practice that has been done quite often. You can document in the conference, outside the conference, how they'll get something. And the camp, the Ashley Robinson camp, could be the very one to help get that information out to help boost up his monetary value. Those are some legitimate factors that, yeah, he can use this as an opportunity to say, hey, I'm coming back, or would like to come back. They reached out to me, and Jackson said, oh, no, you don't, and they boost him up with a little bonus raise. So these are some things that are making the logical sense of why Ashley Robinson won't be returning to Prairie View. So I know PV Nation is in a somewhat of a tailspin, wanting this to be a reality, and some, as we stated, not wanting it to be a reality. We here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network, we just want the reality to be that the next athletic director that comes in for Prairie View A&M University is going to be a proven winner, is going to be vested in the total package of Prairie View A&M University as a whole, from football to tennis. That's our concern. So all the other stuff and the side affairs and this, that, and the other really is not moving the needle for us here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. We've been doing this for quite some time. We've proven that we're going to be here, rain, sleet, snow, or shine, regardless of who's at the big boy chair, or should I say big girl chair, of the athletic department for Prairie View A&M University. Whomever that person is going to be chosen to lead the way is going to have to be able to stand up against the obvious forces of setback and holdback to move this program in a direction that it must be in. And I'll continue to blow that trumpet until I am no longer able to blow that trumpet. So when we look at all these things and weigh out the facts of what they are, if I were a gambling man, I would have to say that the chances of Ashley Robinson returning as the athletic director at Prairie View A&M University is more or less going to be on not really. But once again, it's just a thought and opinion. And I've been wrong and I've been right on many occasions. And guess what? I got a 50-50 chance on this one that's being presented right now. So we'll keep you posted on all of these things that are developing here on the campus of Prairie View A&M University, as well as the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Don't forget, we got more exclusive interviews coming up for you here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. We want to thank The Rock, Coach Fosselman of Prairie View A&M University, defensive coordinator, as he would be what we're going to call part one of a four-part exclusive interview for Prairie View A&M University coverage of the 2023 season. Of course, we're going to hear from offensive coordinator Mr. Mark Frederick, the head football coach Bubba McDowell, and we still have that special secret guest that we're going to be presenting to you guys that we can't wait to release for your listening pleasures. Meanwhile, we are going to shut this one down for this week. Our time is far spent. Thank you guys so much for joining in with us each and every day on the Mike Prince Show through the Open Mic Broadcast Network. I want to remind you guys that you can always go to the website to listen to the 24-hour stream at obnradio.com. You can follow me on Twitter at The Mike Prince Show and subscribe to the YouTube channel at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Hit the bell notification. That way you're going to be updated on all the releases that are coming out here from the Open Mic Broadcast Network. We thank you guys so much. It is an absolute labor of love for us here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network, where we're serving the community through faith and athletics. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. My time is far spent, and I must exit stage left. So until the next time, you guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.